Hi, this is Emily with Disabled Desert Rat, and today we're going to talk about community. Really don't like how this is like cutting me off. I'm still figuring this out, so we'll get there eventually. This is definitely like a low budget wonder. So community. I'm a pretty big extrovert, so I need people around me all the time, which actually probably isn't the healthiest thing in the world. Like, I'm learning how to be alone. So obviously I'll have a bias and a slant when it comes to community. As a person with a disability, I've spent the majority of my life actually being the only person with a disability in my group of friends. I grew up in a small town in Texas where I didn't really know other people with disabilities, and then when I moved to Arizona, I don't know, I was kind of an awkward teenager. Like, I really didn't like the idea of being around other people with disabilities because I was like, oh no, like, what will people think? Like, a bunch of people with disabilities all together, like, obviously we're gonna go advocate for something. As we do. But it wasn't until I was about 22 I joined a women's group for women with disabilities and met one of my very good friends, who is super awesome and always supportive of pretty much everything that I do. And I have cerebral palsy and she had spina bifida, and it was the first time that I felt like I was really connected and really supported, in a way that I really hadn't been before. And then, living here in the valley, like, it's just so awesome because there are so many opportunities to get involved. If you're on Facebook and you're an Arizonan and you have a disability, there's a group called Arizonans with Disabilities. Look it up. Get connected, make some friends. A lot of the gatherings that we do are in Phoenix, but the cool thing is that I think, like, eventually we had people from other parts of the state join the group. You can hang out. Like, if you're in Tucson or Yuma or Flagstaff or whatever. I don't know a lot of Arizona states. Or not states. Cities. Sorry. It's been a long day and I am blonde, so, it's really cool. It's been really cool to, like, meet other people with disabilities, particularly women with disabilities, just to share that lived experience. And, especially for me, like, I just started using a wheelchair in February, so it's still, like, really new to me, and having other people that I can talk to about what it's like to use a wheelchair and what kind of resources are available and how do you open a door, and especially because I use a special kind of wheelchair. I use one with a one-arm drive, which I'll do a video about my wheelchair. I'll show it to you guys. I'll at least try to. And so it's a little bit different. So, like, learning how to navigate the world, community has really helped me with that. I would just say, like, for anyone with a disability out there who is struggling, whether you're a new person to a disability or you've been disabled your whole life, like myself, community is so important. It's so great, and it was really hard meeting other people with disabilities for a long time who were, like, young professionals or, like, people also in my same age group and things like that. And I've been able to meet people that are in my age group that have disabilities, because even then we have unique stuff too. So, I mean, like, our needs are different than, like, a child's needs, you know what I mean? So, but definitely, like, stay active. I think that's one of the biggest fights against ableism, is to make sure that you that you're out in the community as much as possible. Just because I feel like there's a perception that we don't do things. There's this funny meme that I saw that I thought was really funny, but I also understand that there are people that actually believe this. That the guy said in the meme, he says, well, disabled spots should only be open 9 to 5 because what disabled person is out past 5? And there was a guy that responded who said, we're people with disabilities, we're not werewolves. And it cracked me up. But it's a perception that people have that we don't have friendships, we don't have jobs, we don't have social lives. And I think just by living our lives normally, we're communicating to the world that disability is a normal part of life. Because it is. You know, we say in the disability community that we're an equal opportunity minority group, and that any person can develop a disability at any point in their lives, and that most people will end up with a disability at some point in their lives, or they'll die first, which is kind of morbid to say, but it's something that I had a boss that used to say all the time, and it is true. Like, you know, it's something that's such like a shared experience, that I think if you have community early on, it could really help. Alright, until next time, if you have any ideas on stuff that you want me to talk about, some of my friends have been sending me stuff like, oh, talk about this or talk about that. So we'll get through it, and I hope to have some interviews with some willing participants soon. But please subscribe to this low budget wonder, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.